Dear students, in the previous class, we have learnt about job enrichment. And in an earlier class, we have learnt about job enlargement. At the end of the previous class, I have mentioned in our next class, we will learn about the differences between job enlargement and job enrichment. Now, we will start with this. And in the second unit itself, we have recruitment and selection. We will start with recruitment after the differences are over. Now coming to job enlargement. See, based on nature of job enlargement, I mentioned several examples, and it adds to the existing job. Job enlargement adds to the existing job. Means a bus driver, till now a bus driver, from now onwards he has to drive car, he has to drive jeep, he has to drive a truck. So there are several additions to an existing job in case of enlargement. Whereas in case of enrichment, vertical loading will be there. It increases quality. Qualitative work to be done in a particular job will be increased in case of job enrichment. Means, for example, see, till now a driver has driven a bus. Now he has to take care of its repairs or any kind of replacement that is required in a bus. Means any part, if it has to be replaced, he has to take care of himself. There will not be any repairer, no assistance will be provided to him. He has to decide intelligently as to how to maintain the bus. So it refers to vertical loading. That is why vertically loading will increase, whereas it is horizontal loading. I mentioned in our previous classes. Horizontal means this addition here: bus driving, truck driving, car driving, jeep driving, several are there. Whereas it is vertical loading. Same job, but skill level will be increased. Quality of work will increase. Now purpose. The purpose of enlargement is it reduces the monotony. Mono means single. Same job every day doing will be boring for an individual. So in order to reduce the monotony, the bus driver will be asked to drive car some days. Some days he will be asked to drive jeep. Some days he will be asked to drive truck. So it reduces monotony. Same thing will not be repeated by the employee. Whereas in case of job enrichment, it is lively, it is challenging every day. New thing he has to learn, and it is going to provide him with job satisfaction. Job enrichment. Okay. Now coming to skill requirement. Normally in job enlargement, it may or may not necessarily require the use of additional skills. Suppose I mentioned, say, driving, same with more or less changes, it will be equal in case of car, jeep. So it may not require any additional skills. Whereas coming to job enrichment, it compulsorily calls for development and utilization of higher skills. Till then he is only a bus driver. Now he has to learn about the repairing part also. How to improve the quality of the bus, he has to learn. So it calls for development and utilization of higher skills, initiative and innovation on the part of the employee. Now direction and control. In case of job enlargement, it requires direction and control from external sources. External sources. So a higher official has to provide him direction in certain cases, has to motivate him, has to control him. So external force is required, external source is required in case of job enlargement. Whereas in case of job enrichment, it is not required. He is given full freedom. He is given autonomy, independence in choosing tools, in choosing techniques, in choosing timing, when to do, what to do, how to do, where to do. Freedom is given, autonomy is provided to him. So it enriches his experience. It enriches his job satisfaction. So that is what we mean by saying job enrichment. These are the differences between job enlargement and job enrichment. Okay. So these are all parts of job restructuring. In job restructuring, you will come across job enlargement, job enrichment, and job rotation. These three are part and parcel of job redesigning, restructuring. Okay. Now coming to our next topic. After this topic is over, I mentioned that we will also learn about recruitment. What is recruitment? The word recruitment is not new to us. Okay. Every day, especially after your degree is over, when you reach final year and complete your final year, when you attain 18 years, you completed 18 years of age, you will always be looking about recruitment in various sectors, maybe public sector, maybe government sector, maybe private sector. Okay. You want to establish yourself a particular career. You want to choose a career, and you want to establish yourself in the chosen career. So you will always search where any recruitment has been announced by a particular company, by a particular organization. It may be government or private. So what is recruitment? So suppose let us take for example, this is an organization in which 100 jobs are there. 100 employees are required. Okay. Whereas only 60 are presently employed. So the organization will go for recruitment. So the difference it has to fill immediately, so as to reach its objectives, so as to reach its goals. So it has to go for recruitment. The balance of 50, the balance of 40, the organization has to fill immediately. Otherwise, goals, otherwise objective cannot be accomplished. It will be very, very difficult. So here vacancies are there. Vacancy positions are there. Vacancies are there. Okay. In order to fill those vacancies, an organization goes for recruitment. Means it is related to discovering of potential candidates. Potential candidates means those who are worth of the vacancy that has fallen. Those who have the talent, those who have the required skills, efficiencies, efficacies required to fill those vacancies. Okay, so this recruitment is a process of discovering, means identifying of potential candidates for actual or anticipated organizational vacancies. Actual, these are 40 are actual vacancies now, as of now. Anticipation means out of the 60, 10 will retire in the coming 2 months. So these 10 are anticipated vacancies. 40 are actual vacancies. I hope you got the difference between actual and anticipated vacancies. Actual means existing. Anticipated means in the near future, they will come into picture. So for all those vacancies, which may be actual or which may be anticipated, and the process of recruitment is the discovering of potential candidates, of the eligible candidates. See, for these 50 posts, now 40 are actual vacancies are there, 10 anticipated vacancies are there, total vacancies are 50. So for this 50, 2000 candidates have applied. Let us take for example, 2000 candidates have applied for these vacancies. So you are going to identify, you are going to discover the potentialities, the skills, efficiencies. How many will fit out of these 2000? Who will fit into our organizational goals? That you will establish. That is what you mean by saying recruitment. It is a linking activity, bringing together those with jobs to fill and those seeking jobs. See, out of these 2000, all want to fill the vacancies, 50 vacancies. Whereas you are going to choose based on their skills, efficiencies, effectiveness, their qualities, their age, based on certain criteria, you are going to choose them. So it is a linking activity bringing together those with jobs to fill and those seeking jobs. See, 2000 are seeking a job and only 50 you can fill. So that 50, that gap you are going to fill, that linkage you are going to establish based on certain criteria. That criteria will be age restriction, minimum age, maximum age, educational qualification, technical qualification, sex, any reservations, applicability of reservations, experience, work experience, previous experience. You certain criteria you will establish. Certain criteria you will predetermine, you will determine in advance, and based on the criteria that is established, you are going to choose between job seekers and job fillers. Okay, I hope it is clear. The process of recruitment, the definition of recruitment, the concept of recruitment is clear to you, I hope. Coming to, this is the process of recruitment. Now you can see it is process of recruitment. So first of all, you will plan, HRP will be there, human resource planning, means how many are required, you will plan in advance. Plan is nothing but thinking in advance. How many are required, you will think, you will establish. Job analysis you will do, what is required, when, why, how much, how many. That is job analysis. All WH questions we will pose when the employees are required, from where to recruit, how to recruit, why to recruit, where to recruit. Everything you are going to analyze. Means analysis means systematically you are going to examine, scientifically you are going to examine. Okay, then you will go for recruitment. In recruitment, in our previous example, I mentioned in recruitment, what you are doing, 2000 have applied, whereas only 50 you are going to select. Okay, that is selection. Selection means in simple terms, choosing the best. Okay, now you will place them. Place them means in your organization where various departments are there. This is HR department, this is accounts department, this is purchase department, this is sales department, this is advertising department, this is public relations department. Several departments are there. You are going to place them at an appropriate level in the organization. That is what you mean by, this is the process of recruitment. I hope it is clear to you. Now coming to, in every concept, after the definition is, after the concept explanation is over, I am giving you various definitions relating to that particular word. These three definitions, we will simply go through them quickly. And recruitment is the process of searching for prospective employees. Prospective employees means in the future they may become your employees. See, about 2000 persons have applied for your 50 vacancies. They are all prospective employees. They are not present employees. Prospective, based on the criteria that you decide, they may become your employees. So for the time being, you will consider them as prospective employees. So recruitment is the process of searching for prospective employees and stimulating them. Stimulating them means you force them, you motivate them to apply for jobs in the organization. So recruitment is the process of searching for prospective employees and stimulating them to apply for a job in the organization. This definition is given by Edwin B. Filippo. Now recruitment is a form of competition. Just as corporations compete to develop, manufacture and market the best product or service, so they must also compete to identify, attract and hire the most qualified people. Recruitment is a business and it is a big business. This is according to Lord. Okay, recruitment is a business. Business means not purchasing and selling of articles or services. So your entire business depends on the personnel that you have recruited, based on the quality of the employees that you have recruited. Whether your organization will achieve your objectives, or goals, depends on the personnel that you have recruited. So not only organizations compete to produce the best products, to give the best service, they also compete to obtain the best possible employees from the society. So that is according to law. So recruiting is a process to discover the sources of manpower to meet the requirements of the staffing schedule and to employ effective measures for attracting the manpower in adequate numbers to facilitate effective selection of an efficient workforce. This is given by Dale Yoder. You can see here selection also came. So you will attract various persons in the society to apply for jobs in your organization. Okay, you will search for prospective employees. You will attract them. You will stimulate them to apply for the job that is existing in your organization. And after recruitment is over, what will you do? During the process of recruitment, you will select the best possible manpower from the society, from the applied personnel. So this is given by, this definition is given by Dale Yoder. So coming to what are the factors, some factors will be responsible for your recruitment. Those factors are divided into two categories: internal factors and external factors. These two factors will influence recruitment in your organization. Now we will first of all examine internal factors. What are the internal factors? So wage and salary policies. So these two words are not similar. Please, again and again I am mentioning. Right from your first year onwards I am mentioning. Wage is different from salary. The wage normally you will pay to those persons who work on day-to-day basis or a weekly basis or temporary workers. Whereas salary, you are going to pay those employees who are, for a large extent, they are permanent employees. So you pay salary on a monthly basis. So these are more or less, for your easy understanding, I will mention them as white collar job holders. These are blue collar job holders, wage earners. Okay, blue collar means those who work in factories, in mines, in production departments. Okay, wage and salary policies. Now coming to, so your recruitment is going to be influenced by wage, your wage policy and salary policy. Means how much you have paid, how much you are going to pay. In your advertisement you will mention, in your newspaper advertisement or in your TV advertisement or in your internet advertisement, you are going to mention the qualifications required, the age required, any reservations are there or not. Okay, based on their social status. And the salary or the wage that you are going to pay to the prospective employees, you are going to decide. So internal factors are those factors which are controlled by your organization, which are in your hands only, which are in the organization's hands only. Those are known as internal factors. So wage policy, salary policy determines the recruitment. The age composition of existing workforce. So in my example, I mentioned in your organization, 100 employees are required. Presently, 60 are working. These are existing workers. 40 are required by you. Immediately, they are actual vacancies. Whereas 10 are prospective in future. In the immediate future, 10 will retire. And these 10 also you have to recruit now. So total vacancies you are going to fill now is 50. 40 immediately you will give posting. Whereas remaining 10, you will tell them in advance that within 3 months you will receive posting after the retirement of so and so employees. So presently, what is the composition of age that you are going to mention, and you are going to decide the future age, the future in recruitment, what is the age that is to be mentioned for the next set of employees that you are going to decide in advance. So the age composition of existing workforce will also determine how much age the newly recruited Employees, how much age group that you are going to recruit, that also is important. That also will determine now promotion and retirement policy also. See, what is the retirement age in your organization? It will also determine. So please, some noise is coming. Please mute yourself. Some noise is coming from your end. Please mute yourself. Promotion and retirement policy. See, after how many years or after how many days you are going to promote employees from one category to the next category. What is the retirement age? Retirement means after the attainment of certain age, that is superannuation age, we will say. After the attainment of certain age, you will say goodbye to an employee. That is what you mean by saying retirement. You will give him a shake hand and you will show that employee the door, how to go out, where to go out. So the recruitment depends on the promotion policy as well as retirement policy. Turnover rates. Turnover rates means, in our previous class I mentioned absenteeism, two terms I mentioned, absenteeism and turnover. See, turnover means how frequently the employees are going out from your organization. So see, out of these 100 employees, presently 60 are working. If you search the history, previous history, every year, how many are leaving your organization for a better organization? So that is turnover rate. So that will also determine the nature of operations involved, the kind of personnel required. See, what are the operations that you are looking for in your organizations to be performed by the employees, but the prospective employees. So what are the kind of operations that you are asking from them? Whether it is a blue collar job or white collar job, whether they have to require any special skills, any specific skills, all these things determine the recruitment policy. Okay, the level and seasonality of operations in question. See, suppose if you are wanting to recruit the employees in agricultural related activity, agricultural related activity is not a year-long activity. Only for some months you require certain personnel. So it is based on certain seasons. So the level and the seasonality of operations in question will also determine. Similarly, future expansion and reduction programs. Expansion means, suppose the organization is working for the time being only in Hyderabad. Now they want to expand, they want to increase their operations. Now they are going to establish in Chennai, they are going to establish in Kolkata, they want to establish another branch in Delhi. So this is what you mean by saying expansion. Means increasing branches. Whereas the reduction means at present they are working in 4 areas. Now they want to reduce, they want to cut short. Only 2 will continue. This is reduction. So your recruitment is affected by your future expansion or future reduction programs. And recruiting policy of the organization. What is your policy? In our process of recruitment, I mentioned HR policy. First step is human resource policy. So the policy that you are going to adopt will decide your recruitment strategy. So human resource planning strategy of the company. Strategy means, in simple terms, it is long-term plan which is designed systematically and scientifically. So your recruitment is influenced by human resource planning strategy of the organization or of the company. Then size of the organization and the number of employees employed. Whether you are working on a large scale or whether you are working in a small scale, whether you are a small scale industry or a multinational company, or which type of handicrafts or which type of industry you are running, you are maintaining. So that is also going to be an influencing factor in your recruitment policy. So cost involved in recruiting employees. So how much cost is involved in recruiting employees, paper advertisement, TV advertisement, internet advertisement, or door-to-door campaigning for the vacancies, whatever cost that is going to be involved in recruiting employees, then in recruitment policy you will conduct various tests. It may be written test, it may be oral test, it may be interview, it may be group discussion. So certain costs are going to be involved. All those will determine recruitment. And growth and expansion plans of the organization. This is almost similar to this point. Future expansion and reduction programs. And growth and expansion. See, growth means already subtle difference is there. Small difference I will explain. Suppose your organization is for the time. Your organization for the time being is producing only blue pens. Now you are producing black pen. You want to produce black pen also. You want to produce red pen also. You want to produce green pen also. So this is growth and expansion. So your recruitment is influenced by your growth and expansion plans also. Now coming to, so these are various internal factors. Coming to external factors. External factors means they are not in your hands. Those factors which are not in the hands of the organization, they are called as external factors. Okay. So those are supply and demand of specific skills in the labor market. See, suppose you want, out of the 50 recruitments, the vacancies that you want to fill, you want to have 20 of them as, let us take for example, those who have completed CA, Chartered Accountancy course, them you want to recruit. So the supply of these CS in the society will determine whether they are going to be available for you for recruitment or not. Okay, so this is an external factor, supply of employees. So how many have qualified CA in the society, that will determine. So supply and demand of specific skills in the labor market will influence your recruitment policy. Suppose only 15 are available in the market. CAs who have completed their CA, persons who have completed their CA, only 15 are available in the market. So what will you do? You will go for 5, those who have completed MCOM. Or in CA, different stages are there. CA, IPC, CA Inter, CA Final Line, that different stages are there. You will go for a lesser stage employee also. So supply and demand of specific skills in the labor market will influence your recruitment. Company's image perception of the job seekers about the company. See, perception means what they are thinking about your organization. Those persons who have applied for the job in your organization, what they are thinking about your company, your organization. So that is perception. So image perception, what they are thinking about your company is important, will determine. So external cultural factors will influence your recruitment policy. Cultural factors means every culture is different. In our country, different cultures exist. Culture means the way of living of people, in simple terms. What they eat, how they dress, how they speak. So all these things will determine the recruitment policy. Economic factors such as tight or loose labor market, the reputation of the enterprise in the community. See, this is more or less perception. As a good paymaster or otherwise, good paymaster means how much they are paying, whether they are paying punctually or not, whether you are paying punctually to the employees or not. Your present employees will tell in the society, our organization is nice organization or bad organization. They will not pay salaries regularly, or they will pay salaries regularly. So like that, it will create goodwill for your organization or otherwise, and such allied issues which determine the quality and quantity of manpower submitting itself for recruitment. So these are all economic factors. How much you are paying, how you are paying, whether you are punctual or not, whether you are defaulting. So all these things will determine. Then lastly but not least, political and legal factors also exert restraints in respect of nature and hours of work for women and children. Suppose you are employing women, what are the working hours for them? So political factors, legal factors in certain countries, in certain areas, certain restrictions will be there. Women should not be in the organization during night hours. So that will influence the recruitment policy. So children, whether the government has permitted the children to work in organization or not, if at all permission is accorded, what is the age specified by the government? So all these factors will determine. And employed and allied employment practices in the enterprise, reservation of job for STs, BCs, minorities, and women. So all these factors will have minorities, okay, women reservations. So all these factors will have an influence on your recruitment policy. So this is about various internal factors and various external factors on your recruitment. This is the influence of internal factors and external factors, and this is the process of recruitment, and these are the various definitions of recruitment, and this is the concept of recruitment. So today we have learnt about all these job enlargement and job enrichment differences we have seen, and about recruitment, the concept of recruitment, the process of recruitment, various definitions we have come across, and the factors influencing recruitment, internal factors and external factors we have discussed and we have learned. In our next class, we will learn about more aspects pertaining to recruitment. And I also mentioned in this topic only, we will come to know about recruitment, not only about recruitment, but the next stage, selection also, we will have to learn. So in our next classes, we will learn about them. And so we are in BBA third semester, Human Resource Management class. And today we have learnt about job enlargement, job enrichment, and the process of recruitment, the concept, the definitions, and various internal and external factors influencing recruitment policy of an organization. So thank you very much, dear friends. In our next class, we will learn so many things related to recruitment and selection. So thank you very much.